Tammy, does Desert Oasis Recovery offer a gambling addiction treatment program?
Yes, we do. And I'm glad you touched on that. We have upwards of 10 casinos in the state of New Mexico, and since the casinos have come into our state, we've had a huge upsurge of gambling addiction. Now, gambling is one of the hardest addictions to treat because it doesn't have the same signs and symptoms of, say, drinking. One knows when one's drunk, one gets a DWI, one can go to jail for buying crack. Any of those indicators that you would have with a regular addiction, you don't have with gambling. I'll give you an example. Saturday night I was at a health expo and I talked with a gentleman who is an alcoholic. Now he hasn't drank for 7 years, but what he did in the last 7 years is he started gambling. Now he believes firmly that his addiction problem has been solved because he's not drinking. He's burned through his life savings. This is an older gentleman. He's burned through his life savings. He's been hospitalized 3 times in the last year for heart-related conditions, for sitting at the poker table for 48 hours straight to the point of exhaustion. And yet he thinks that he's not, doesn't have an addiction. The insidiousness of gambling addiction is that it releases the same chemicals in your brain. The endorphins overpower your brain, and you get the same feeling as you would if you were scoring dope or if you were going to the bar drinking. Any addict will tell you that when they get on the phone to call the dealer to score some cocaine, there's a feeling, a euphoria. There's something happening chemically in them that responds to that. So that's almost as exciting as going and getting the drug itself. In fact, sometimes the drug can almost be a letdown in the pursuit of that first high. The same thing happens with gamblers. They're on their way to the casino, they're thinking about the big win, whether it's a slot machine or playing cards, whatever it is, the same physiological responses happen, followed by letdown, remorse, guilt, shame, and it's a very secretive disease. So we again are one of the places in the state of New Mexico that treats gambling addiction. We have therapists that specialize in gambling addiction, and we also work with the families in that because usually by the time a gambler will seek help, things are pretty bad. They're usually just about lost to everything because that, again, there's the illusion of control. You know, I'm not in jail, I'm not doing any of the things that those pesky alcoholics are doing, so I couldn't have a problem. And, you know, the same things occur. They steal money, they take money out of accounts that they shouldn't be, and it's all part of the addiction cycle, and then the letdown and the remorse again. So, yes, we do treat gambling addiction and have a very good program.
So if somebody's seeking help, what phone number should they call?
They should call 877-345-9512, and we will set up an appointment for a free consultation, and we can do that at any time.
And it's that call is 100% anonymous.
Yes, absolutely. Private, confidential consultation at any time.
Okay.